Beddagana, Kotte, Diasaru, Polonava, Neenella, Mullaria.
These are some of the key locations of Colombo's 20 square kilometer network of wetlands, with 36 interconnected marshes and 44 kilometers of canals spread across the Kalani River Delta.
In 2018, the Colombo Wetland System was recognized by the Ramsar Wetland Convention, marking its significance as an important urban ecosystem.
Wetlands are usually biodiversity hotspots, and the Colombo Wetland System is no different.
More than 250 animal species and 250 plant species thrive across the city, including rare fishing cats, saltwater crocodiles, and otters. The wetlands also support over 100 species of birds, both endemic and migratory.
Beyond being a habitat, the Colombo wetlands play an extremely critical role in making the city livable.
Developing countries like Sri Lanka, near the equator, are often at the forefront of climate change. Extreme weather events like the floods caused by Cyclone Ditwa last year are a constantly looming threat.
These wetlands act as natural sponges, absorbing up to 40% of floodwaters during heavy rain.
Flood reduction happens through a combination of natural processes. Their waterlogged soils act like sponges, absorbing and storing large volumes of rainwater that would otherwise flow rapidly into rivers. At the same time, dense vegetation, including reeds and mangroves, slows the movement of water, reducing its speed and force as it travels across the landscape. This delay spreads the flow over time, lowering peak flood levels. As water levels recede, wetlands gradually release the stored water back into the ground and atmosphere, preventing sudden surges downstream.
Commercial cities like Colombo are also getting hotter, and heat stress is very real. In 2024, the hottest year on record, Sri Lanka experienced temperatures going up to 36 degrees Celsius and 77 consecutive days of extreme heat.
Colombo's wetlands also play a crucial role in cooling our city down. Wetlands are a powerful natural carbon sink. Their fast-growing vegetation absorbs large amounts of carbon dioxide, while waterlogged oxygen-poor soils slow decomposition, trapping carbon for centuries. This also means that when wetlands are destroyed for development or agriculture, the accumulated organic matter is exposed to oxygen, which rapidly releases the carbon stored in the soil, turning the carbon sink into an intense carbon source. This also means that flood defenses are destroyed, exposing Colombo to more intense and expansive flooding with slower drainage.
According to World Bank, Colombo has lost over 40% of its wetlands over the last 30 years.
Wetlands are shrinking by 1.2% every year, and if Colombo were to lose its wetlands, the country would have to spend the equivalent of 1% of its GDP on flood damage.
Another threat that the Sunday Times exposed last year is the use of these beautiful green spaces, like the one behind me, for raves.
Loud thumping music for hours on end with reckless partygoers that pollute the wetlands are extremely detrimental to the habitats these spaces hold. And the government agencies in charge, along with us, the beneficiaries, must steward these places better.
These wetlands are a living and breathing ecosystem of flora, fauna, and ecological services. They are not just natural spaces, they are essential infrastructure that determine the resilience of the city itself.